So there is a new Canada immigration pilot program which is getting very popular these days. It is not a new program. You must have heard of Yukon pilot program. There are so many videos available on YouTube. We have been getting a lot of requests to make a video on Yukon pilot program. There are a number of videos available already, but here are our 2 cents on this video, and you will come to know whether you should apply for Yukon pilot program or not, whether it is meant for you or not, and we will try to share every knowledge about Yukon pilot program. So watch the video till the end. Before we start with the video, please subscribe the channel if you're coming for the first time, because we keep on posting so many videos about Canada immigration.
So before we proceed with other information, let's talk about some interesting stats about Yukon. So as you know that Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories. So Yukon is one of the territories of Canada, and it is one of the coldest territories as well. So you can imagine in winters, the temperature goes from -10 to -30, and it's like a average temperature, so you can imagine how cold it could be.
So especially in big cities here near Toronto, it goes down to -30, but it is very rare, and that feels like weather, feels like temperature, which is -30, and it happens only once or twice in winter. But in Yukon, it is average temperature, so comparatively it is coldest territory, I would say. And people get confused between province and territory. Yukon is not a province, it's a territory.
And Yukon has 8 months long winter, which is comparatively a lot as compared to other provinces and territories. If we talk about population, Yukon's population is around 41,000 as per 2020 stats, so which is very less.
To give you a perspective, let me share the population of Brampton, which is a big city in GT area. Brampton population is 700,000 compared to 40,000 which is in Yukon. So you can just imagine that population will be less, facilities will be different, the lifestyle will be for sure different. You will have less people from your community because population is less, and the job opportunities will not be as high as Brampton or any other big cities.
But on the other hand, if you really want to live in nature, close to the nature, and live in a secluded place, Yukon is for you.
And the cost of living will be very less as compared to other big cities like Toronto, Vancouver. So that's a plus point. Even if you will be earning less in Yukon, your cost of living will be less and you will be able to save a lot. So these were very interesting facts and figures about Yukon. If you were not aware of these, you should be aware of these if you're planning to apply for the pilot program for Yukon. Now let's quickly talk about the high level eligibility or Yukon pilot program. So Yukon pilot program was a community based pilot program. If you are applying for a job, you will be applying for a job in one of the community. If you get a job offer, then you can apply for the express entry or you can get the PR. So high level, it was marketed as very easy pilot program, and that is one of the reason it got popular. But because it got so popular, thousands of people started applying for jobs, and because of that, Yukon government had to update their website. They had to provide some updates on this pilot program. So let's go through all those updates. It will give you more clarity about pilot program. So as you can see on the screen, they have mentioned that the territory has seen a recent increase in immigration inquiries as a result of videos hosted on YouTube. The government of Yukon is aware that many of these videos contain incorrect information or misleading program information and is working to address the matter directly with YouTube. So the learning is that all the videos which are available on YouTube may not have correct information. So you should go to the Canada website to verify that information always. So canada.ca is the website which will have the correct information about any immigration program. Or you can talk to a licensed immigration consultant. So you can go down in the description if you want to book an appointment with a licensed immigration consultant who will be able to give you 100% correct information about any program about Canada immigration. So let's continue with the update. They also mentioned the Yukon community program is helping Yukon business to meet their labor needs when they cannot attract Canadian workers. So as I mentioned that it's a community based program, and if there is a labor shortage in one of the community, then they will take application from outside Canada. Otherwise, they will always try to fulfill that demand, that job demand within Canada. And let me read out these quick facts which will clear most of your doubts. So they are saying Yukon community program is a new stream under the Yukon nominee trainee program and allows up to 50 individual application per year from UConn Business. So when you think about UConn pilot program, just keep that in mind that it has only 50 job openings per year. You can just imagine that after so many YouTube videos, after this pilot program got popular, thousands of applications were sent to UConn government and there are only 50 job openings. So you can just imagine how much chance you can get if you are competing against hundreds of applications. You are applying for only 50 jobs, right? So if there are thousands of applications, 950 people will get rejection, right? Because they only have to fill 50 job application. Whenever you are thinking about UConn pilot program, whenever someone is telling you about UConn pilot program, just tell them this is the biggest fact that you should be aware of. 50 job openings in a year.
So I think it is better to focus on other programs as well where you have higher chances of getting shortlisted. So we are not saying that you should not try for this, but again, like you should focus on places or programs where you have more chances.
Like PNP programs, express entry programs, or improving your IELTS score, improving your French score. You can learn French as well to improve your CRS score. So, I mean, I can take my example. If I will come to know that I'm applying for a pilot program which has only 50 job openings in a year, I will rather apply for a PNP program or any other pilot program, or I will try to improve my IELTS score, or I will try to learn French. That is worth my time and effort, right? Because in this pilot program, clearly you can see that only 50 people will get opportunity for a PR or for that job offer. Second update is only UConn business owners and employers can apply to the UConn community pilot program, which is very obvious that the companies or employers from UConn communities will be applying in this program. If there is a job in demand which they are not able to fulfill, they will invite people from outside Canada or from the application that they are receiving. And lastly, they have provided the eligibility very clearly. Workers who are nominated under the program must meet the following minimum requirements: have a guaranteed job offer in UConn that meets the economic and other criteria for nomination, have a valid work permit or student visa if in Canada at the time of the application, provide proof of qualifying work experience, meet the language requirement for the skill level for the position. So many YouTube videos were available and it was not even clear that there is a IELTS band required or not. For sure there will be IELTS requirement because they cannot invite someone who doesn't even speak English, right? So obviously it will be very easy. The eligibility will be very less. So they might not require IELTS band 8 or 9, but obviously they will require IELTS score English language capability. And the last eligibility is intend to live in UConn and apply to the government of Canada for permanent resident within 3 to 6 months of starting the work. So they don't want the employees to use this program just to get the PR for Canada and move out of UConn. They should have intent to stay in UConn for 2 years or maybe for longer. That is one of the eligibility. So if you're applying for this program, you should keep that in mind that they are applying you the visa for Canada. So it is not that you're working there for 2 or 6 months and then you are planning to move out of UConn. So after knowing all the facts about UConn, if you want to live in nature, if you don't like very crowded cities, then after knowing all the facts, if you want to apply for UConn program, you have intent to stay there for longer. If you want to grow your family and you want to live there with your family for a longer duration, then only apply for UConn pilot program. And this update was provided by Jason Seaton, who is part of economic development group in UConn. So I'll provide the link in the description so that you can read all the details about UConn pilot program. So I hope you got more clarity about UConn pilot program. What were the eligibilities, whether you should move to UConn or not, whether you should apply for UConn pilot program or not. Because again, I will mention specifically, there are only 50 job openings, right? So that is the biggest highlight of this pilot program. If you are not very sure, if you don't have intent to live in UConn, please do not apply for any job openings. All the updates that we have shared from this article, you should have the clarity. If you have any question, you can comment down below in the video, or you can join the Facebook group. You can ask your queries there. For other Canada immigration related videos, you can subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that you get notification when we post any new video. Till next time,
Stay safe
and stick around.